Welcome to Hex Heist, Wandless and Wired, a lab bathed in red light hums with arcane energy. There are ancient glyphs that pulse on the walls and tubes that are filled with glowing ichor that snake between machines and hiss and flicker with sparks. And at the center, a platform holds a cradle of magic inside of something. A woman with glass rimmed spectacles and a white lab coat leans in close to this orb, studying what's going on inside. Her gloved hands are moving quickly over the equipment, but they are trembling. They shake from maybe fatigue over the project or perhaps fear. We hear her mutter to herself, begging it to hold just once, just this time. And we hear a booming, disembodied voice come from behind her. You are behind, Doctor. Your deadline draws near. The woman flinches, not turning to look behind her, but we see a shadow materializing behind her. A floating ring of black feathers, large, as tall as a man, whispering with unseen mouths, fluttering black feathers. It does not walk, it does not breathe, it watches. And it looks incorporeal in this moment, as if a hologram or perhaps a spirit. The doctor adjusts her glasses, fingers shaking, and says, I'm aware of the deadline, but without the glitch, the glitch is forbidden. Anomaly breeds dissent. Dissent breeds deviation. You promised control. Product Omega needs the glitch's randomization sequence to sync with the core. I promised results, yes, but you want Cerberus functional? You want Omega complete? Then I need the glitch. It is the key. Find it, and I can fix this. A dark laugh from the doorway envelops the space, and you see a familiar older white man with silver hair cropped close to the sides, several scars along his jaw and his bicep, like slice marks. Crispin Teal smiles at the doctor, ignoring the shadowy envoy, or maybe completely unable to see it altogether, and says, oh, if you needed something hunted down, you should have just said so. And as we hear growling behind him, we cut to black. I'm so excited to be telling this story with you. I would love, Omega, could you show me Burnwood's loft in the middle of the day? On the opposite side of the city, I think we find most of our witches in Elderberg, which is a vintage suburb thriving in the husk of old school industrialism. Brick buildings turned into lofts, fire escapes overgrown with vines and trellises. And we find most of our witches here today in Burnwood's apartment, a warm, welcoming space for research, for relaxation, and lately, hiding from the law. Since crashing an elite masquerade and getting chased out by a mutated assassin, our witch folk have been declared enemies of the Majestate, outlaws. But here in the loft, where sunlight kind of soaks into those couch cushions and plants wave in this invisible breeze, and butterflies just flit from one side of the room to the other as if carrying messages, we find 3 of our 4 witches getting ready for a magical trial. In the far side of the loft, a magically powered crash test dummy is getting the absolute shit beat out of it by Al. Al, can you tell us what you see here as you are wrapping up this sparring session?
Al is dripped in sweat. He has been like mumbling to himself as he's been beating up this dummy. Like he'll throw a punch and go, no, it's got to be a little bit higher. Get in there. If we get him right under the chin here, slump him real quick. Yeah, so I got to be quick. And he's just like calculating and reanalyzing every step that he took while he was absolutely demolishing this inanimate object.
Yeah.
But is still being as calculated and intense as he first was when he was watching fights of the coppers, but now he is trying to apply it to himself.
Yeah, why don't we just do the first roll of the whole campaign right now?
Oh, fuck.
Roll me a fight check, please.
Let's
3d6?
Let's fucking do it. Oh my god. Okay. Just reroll ones, right?
Doubles? Triples? Perhaps?
So I got 4, 3, and 1. So I got an 8.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We pan down from Al, kind of fainting, bobbing and weaving, waiting for the right moment to strike, and we see a tiny finnick fox. Chammy, you're familiar, sitting in the corner looking and then going like this. And the second Chammy hits the little head tilt, the crash test dummy whoa, and throws a punch that you do not see coming. Chammy, you're familiar, knows your weaknesses very well. Take 1 damage as you are socked in the face by this crash test dummy. Chammy goes, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen immediately. You didn't even try to stop that from hitting me right in the face.
Mate, that was... All right, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Again?
Yeah, let's go again. Let's go.
Okay.
Again.
Chammy, you see the head doesn't tilt this time, but both ears go woof. And the crash test dummy lunges at you forward. I need you to now make me a mobility check to see if you can avoid an incoming attack that you do see coming.
Oh, please don't let me get It's another 8.
Okay, great. Yeah. So you have been training for weeks. And I think I think it would be really fun to flavor this. Al, if there was a face painted on this crash test dummy, whose face would it be?
Oh man, I think for Al, at this point in time, there would be Crispin Teal, but for a moment, there'd be a flash, and it'd be his dad, and then it'd go back to Crispin Teal.
Indeed. I think we can flavor this and say that they have a very similar scar here. And when you were painting this face crudely on the crash test dummy, it's just what you know. But as you lean back and try to keep this dummy from getting into your personal space, the face of it gets a little close. And for a moment, it's just too familiar. You wrap up this session after a few more serious hits. Take 2 more damage. You've taken 3 in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Golly.
As Chammy turns his head and goes, that's gonna be a shiner.
Yeah, you got a mean left hook on you, don't you, Chammy? Yeah.
Only because I love ya. I believe in you, and I really think you could dodge this if I did it again. And swings a final time. Give me a dodge check, please. Chammy believes in you, so you can't let Chammy down in this moment.
This is the worst roll of the 3 so far. This is... It's the same. I don't know how to do math. This is an 8. It's another,
Wonderful.
3 8s in a row.
I'm going to ask you a question here. Mm-hmm. Is Al getting a little frustrated?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Would Al like to incorporate some magic into a counterattack here?
Yes.
Tell me what you do.
As this dummy comes toward Al, who's a little irritated. He understands, fighters take shots and they're not personal for the most part. This is all part of the game. But he is feeling some type of way that he's getting dogged up. And he's gonna make with his wand, just kind of like a quick, frustrated whip motion, and just attempt to blow the arm of the dog off.
Give me a cast check, please.
What modifiers are just to...
I hope they're good. You're a witch.
Okay, this is solid. This is a 13.
Okay. That's a mixed success. So what you need to do for me is take a magical setback.
Okay.
But I want you to describe for me how this works.
So as Al grabs his wand and as this dummy kind of burrows to him, he'll pull his wand out from his side pocket and then just like what would look like a punch but is not, he just kind of flicks his hand forward to just effectively just like sever the arm from the shoulder. And as he does it, he will a little bit of like anger and frustration, but not great control, is gonna blow himself backwards as he like throws his magical punch and just blows backwards.
As you are blown back into a bunch of like nightstand, bookcase, like just stacked stuff, nothing really important. A couple of things tinkle down and fall out around you, some vials, a couple of potions roll off by your foot, and Chammy just kind of tilts their head and looks at the dummy and then goes like this, and you see the dummy also bows back and then just falls completely lifeless and limp on the floor. And Chammy walks up to you and gives a little lick to their forming swelling here and goes, I think you did really good.
Thanks, Chammy. It didn't feel good, to be honest.
But that is how we learn to be good. You gotta be really, 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 really bad at a lot of stuff before you start to get even a little good at it. And that's where you are. And that's okay, because I love you. And gives another lick to your cheek. At this moment, as the lick hits here, you hear a caster notification go off in your pocket from your phone. Would you check it while licking these wounds? Well, Chammy's licking your wounds, but would you check it?
I think Al would, as he's like sitting down and Chammy's licking his wounds, so he just pull his phone out and like patting Chammy on the head, like, I appreciate it.
Yeah. This has been happening a lot lately since the big fight in an underground illegal fighting ring in which you all killed a demon. You look down at your phone and you see you've gotten a text from Colin Coffers. The texts are many. I would like to know, however, because you and Colin Coffers, the Demon Prince of Deals, have been friends for years.
That's the homie.
Have you been texting back since your friend tried to decapitate him with an ice spear?
He would have been responding to those texts.
Okay, incredible, incredible. So then I'm going to say that he's up to speed on kind of like he knows there's a trial. He knows you've been training, like stuff like that. I don't think you would give out any sensitive information, but this text, it's almost as if he knows you're sparring, because he sent you a short video through Caster on the Bushido code, the way of the warrior. And the quotes are many, but the one that sticks out to you in this video is, your mind is your best weapon. The undisturbed mind is like the calm body of water reflecting the brilliance of the moon. And then there's like a little moon emoji of the moon mooning you, like showing you its moon butt cheeks. Do you respond?
He's got jokes in it.
He's your best friend.
What you make of this? Chammy, like turn his phone to show Chammy.
Chammy looks down at the phone and then looks up at you and then goes, I think you've been doing a good thing by not telling everybody else you're still talking to Colin.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I don't think they'd be happy about that.
I think they would actually, I do think, and this is just my opinion, I'm
mm,
just a fox, right? I'm just an eternal spirit gifted to you by the all source of magic to guide you on your trials as you learn to be a better person, right?
sure.
But my opinion personally
Hmm.
is that they would kill you.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. Callie and Storm is quite frightening sight. Yeah, but to be fair, Chami, she put a spear through his head and he stayed alive. So I don't think, personally, Chami, that
Can
would
I
be on his bad side, you know?
can I tell you a secret?
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
I did too. That was a great choice.
Oh, I knew it! He's
Great
gonna like
choice.
circle you a little bit, running around excitedly. Chammy loves to be on the same page with you. So like you agree on one thing, Chammy takes off in zoomies, and I think our camera just kind of shifts slightly over into another part of the loft here, where we see an enemy. You see that Al is standing up from sparring and is kind of walking in your direction, Chammy running figure eights through his stride. You close a laptop quick, an enemy, clearly hiding something. Can you tell us what we see? As probably by now, I think we're getting to the point of the day in which the trial is approaching, so you'd probably be dressed for court by now. Can you tell us what we see?
Yeah. So, an enemy is very much had to definitely ask Archimedes at least 5 separate times on a different outfit change because nothing seemed right. um, they've been trying to, at least it's like every once in a while you'll see a smile like devolve into like a frown, but as if all eyes are constantly on them at all times. They're like, oh, nope, nope, smile, smile, obviously. And of course I'll see Al and then immediately slam the laptop shut like, hi, everything
Hello.
all good? And Al, yeah,
Yeah, just a little sparring session. How you doing?
good. It seems as if you've the somebody won. And
Yeah. Yeah, Chummy's cheeky. Yeah.
yeah, I understand. Cheeky, familiar. Archimedes can be a bit cheeky when he wants to be, but um, so the trial, right? It's gonna be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, never been on trial before, so be a new experience. Trying to remain positive, but I
I
don't
mean,
know
I've
how
avoided
positive.
trials, so thankfully I didn't go through any of them. But
It's fair.
this
Yeah.
is my first official trial, and it's. Uh, are you as nervous as I am, or is it just me?
I think you'd see like Al, his knees aren't shaking, and it might be because like he has gotten out some frustration, like sparring, trying to have some form of a healthy coping mechanism. But not to say that he's not nervous at all, but like he is not okay with what had happened, but like doesn't have any regrets.
Yeah.
Um, but he'll like look to you and to Nemini and just be like, I mean, yeah, I don't want to go to jail. Like, that's for sure. Like, I'm not trying to
I
do that, but
mean, yeah.
um, I mean, I feel like we'll be all right if we tell people like we killed a demon. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of, I feel like that gets you something, right? Like maybe a little bit of protection.
As you
Oh,
say that, Al, an enemy. Roll me 3d6.
okay. All right. So that's a 12.
An enemy. Please hold on to that number. It is very important.
Okay.
We pan from this conversation to the bathroom where we see Ember. You're checking your phone, finishing up getting ready to leave, nearly ready. And as you look in the mirror, Ember, the glow illuminating your face from the phone, tell us what we see before we dive into what it is you're looking at.
Yeah. On Amber's phone right now, she's been working with Al on the good old social medias. Trending hashtag free Cal has been going around. There's been some memes going around of Molly we try to speak the truth, and also like there's like fake Photoshop videos of like Amber made of herself going wandless and be like, we should normalize it. But
you
she's
photoshopped yourself anime powering up wandlessly?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I have news. I need you to make me a sleuth check immediately.
I'm gonna take my time though. No.
Roll them whenever you get around to it. It's
fine. In total 8, but I got 2 1s.
Okay, so that's doubles. Do you want to re-roll one of the ones?
Yes, correct. So that was 11.
Okay, so a mixed success. I'm going to tell you a few things. Because of your mixed success, some of them are not fully true.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Fantastic. As you're scrolling through your phone, you realize this true thing. I'm starting with the true thing. You realize that you and your friends have amassed over 1 million followers total between you after the Crystal Ball charity event in which you crashed an elite party and got chased out of it by a hybrid mutated assassin.
Correct.
With your sleuth check, you find that since that night, Voyelle Levy, an elite socialite in the witch space, missing. Some authorities believe it is you and your friend's fault. Okay? That's one. After seeing the general public opinion on you guys, give me a persuade check to see if you can win over the crowd about going wandless. You have enough pull. You each have over 500,000 followers by some ungodly miracle.
Correct. Who knows why?
Those rolls were crazy.
Insane. 1 to 1 million, and all of you were over 500,000?
We're famous, gang. That billboard, crazy. 11.
Okay. On an 11, you realize that there is kind of like if Caster had this, it would be like a subreddit, like kind of like a separate little threads area of people in support of going wandless responsibly. They think it can be done. Legalize it, basically, is what you're seeing. You started the movement of governmentizing and legalizing the wandless magic. Where that will take us in the next couple of sessions, I did not expect that, and that's why I love you. You also get a caster notification.
Oh.
Do you check in on it as you're looking at the phone?
Yeah, does it pops up?
Yeah, it does pop up, but you do see the name first.
Oh.
So you can decide if you want to open this. I know feelings are high. It's from Millie Goggins.
Wow. Whoa, gang. What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? Hello?
Do you open it? Or, there's always the option you can go out to your friends and open it in front of them and see what happens.
Right. Correct. Those are some lovely options. I'm going to throw the phone. What else?
I flush my phone down.
Actually, my phone is suddenly gone, gang. I think Amber will look at the message herself first.
Yeah, okay. So it's a video message. That's how Millie liked to communicate before you guys killed her. And you see her pop up in that purple afro and this massive hat behind her, again, wrapped in scarves, just crocheted up. You can barely see her, but her smile is wide and her eyes are bright as she holds the phone up at a selfie angle and goes, "Welcome back to Are You There, Goddess? It's me, Millie Goggins, with me, Millie Goggins. And if you're new here, welcome to the squad. I'm plotting to become the most formidable witch in New City, and if you're seeing this, then you killed me. Congrats, girl boss, and enjoy the curse. And there is a black, inky bleed that begins to take over your screen. And before you can drop your phone, you realize that inky blackness is on your fingertips. Do you drop it, or do you hold on to the phone? What do you do with it?
She's so frozen in shock right now.
So frozen holding the phone.
What?
Got it.
Holding the
So
phone
you
in my
see
hand.
the inky blackness begin to
Oh.
spread up your arm and then disappear. Ember. You cannot see it. You have been cursed. But the fun part is figuring out what Millie Goggins cursed you with. Roll me a D100.
Oh, I got the giant boy out.
Get that giant boy on the screen.
89.
Okay, please hold while I scroll. We're going to figure out how you've been cursed today.
Wow. Crazy.
That's wild.
Guys, what happened to me?
She really hit the fadeaway jumper. That's so crazy.
Like, what in
I'm
the world?
so excited to know your specific curse. And if I could have picked any of the 100, this would have been the one I chose.
Right.
Oh no.
You're ready. Do you go out with them?
Oh, I just don't know.
That's not scary.
Okay.
How would you
Right.
know?
Correct.
How
You're
would you
right.
know?
How would I know?
Don't
You're
worry,
so,
Ember.
you're
I will tell you.
in
I've got
due
you.
time. It's so right. You're so right. Yeah, Amber steps out. If she sees the other two, but she hopes that the other two doesn't see her right now. I want to, if permission, Al, I want to stealthily try to test out her new skills, abilities that she learned from Al, and try to sneak up behind him and put in a helllock.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Al says it's cool. Give me a sneak check.
Exactly.
If you're doing this magically, because you've been learning grimoire techniques from Al,
Yeah.
then roll me a sneak check. Yes, but we're gonna add your cast on top of it. A little extra bit of it.
Cool. So I'm adding cast.
And whatever your sneak is. So it also should be your into it.
Cool. I rolled doubles.
Hell yeah. First doubles of the campaign. We love to see it.
I can do math. 13.
Okay. On a 13, Al, I am leaving this up to you as a mixed success. Do you, because you do hear Ember approaching, but let's flavor this to your magic. What does stealth sound like to Al?
Stealth to Al sounds like presence, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Like a
It
groaning,
is.
like,
Mm-hmm.
you feel that happen behind you. It is up to you in this moment. If you want to, let Ember put you in a headlock to help her feel proud about herself and her progress. Or turn around and humble that ass. What do you do?
You can humble. You can flip me into the couch. It's okay.
I want to know what Al would do in this moment after just losing a fight to an inanimate object.
Mm-hmm.
Now you hear Ember coming up behind you. What do you do?
I think, and Taylor, let me know if you think this feels right. if Taylor goes or Ember goes to put the headlock on Al will let it happen, acknowledge it. Oh, yeah, proper form, but elbows a little loose here, so and then he'll slip out
Yeah.
and then like reverse headlock.
Yeah. Incredible. Anemone, you look up for 1 second and you see all of a sudden like woof, headlock. It's such a fast change. But this is kind of an enemy just like become your life. For the last few weeks, you've been living with these people. You've been experiencing them, learning from each other. You've been learning from them. And you expressed feeling severe anxiety about the trial today. A little bit of that fades away as you realize that you've got your friends with you. Are we ready to go to the trial, gang? Is there anything else anyone would
No,
like to
LOS.
do? Don't sentence me.
Don't do it.
I think like Amber would just probably ask the other two, is like, y'all feeling all right? Right? Oh, right.
Still
Right.
in the headlock. Y'all feeling good?
Yeah, y'all.
How's the vibe at the function
Yeah.
tonight, everybody?
We're like, oh.
Okay, Al.
My fault. Yeah.
Y'all good? Okay. I'll get you next time.
I don't doubt it.
Right.
You all get a cast your chat notification at this moment. That means, you know what that means. That means it's a group chat. So this is something that Callie, it may be from Callie. You know that Callie added one of the mutated assassin hybrid killers to the chat. So the Hound is also in the chat. It could be anybody, but it's not one of you three. So when I say it could be anybody, it could be 2 people. What do you do?
I think as the notification goes off, I was gonna be looking at Anemone and Ember, like, yeah, exactly like that. Like,
So we answering, or am I looking first?
I mean, if you're offering, yeah, no, go for it. Yeah.
I've been having bad luck opening notifications today. I would like to let y'all know.
Wait, what you mean? What you mean bad luck?
Well, I opened up a text message today, right?
Yeah.
And then like black ooze came out of my phone, and now it's gone.
Black.
The lack of detail about who sent the text is wild.
I think that's supposed to happen.
Like, was it
What?
spam or like who sent it to you?
Someone dead that we all killed together in like team bonding.
Millie?
Yeah, shh, don't speak the name.
It's not the boogeyman. Like she.
Well,
She was
then
a
black
vlogger.
ooze came out of my U phone, so I don't know.
Could I do like a check to see if I've ever heard of something like that?
Yes, absolutely. I will leave this up to you. You can either roll me an affinity check
Mhm.
for cast to see if like you know of this type of magic, or you can give me a study check just to see if you've read about it.
I'm gonna do study check because I
for it.
get advantage on those because of my specialty.
Woohoo.
Okay. The first roll is another 8. I am cursed. I'm
That's
cursed.
me.
Actually, that's it.
That's actually
Like,
Okay.
I
All right,
think
no
I absolutely
doubles.
have it.
No doubles. Just 8.
With the advantage, I reroll the total again. Reroll the
With
die
advantage, you
again.
reroll your
Reroll one.
lowest and add
Okay.
it to those other 2.
I'm gonna reroll the 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
right.
All right. So now it's an 11 now.
Okay.
Or 12 plus 1 to my study.
Okay.
Yay!
So we have a mixed success on a study check. Okay, great. Which means you get accurate information alongside inaccurate information, and you'll have to piece what's true and what's not. You know that killing curses, which are curses that are posthumous after you've already been killed, you can send the last bit of your magical energy to someone in a last-ditch effort to vengefully drag them down with you. Curses are stronger than hexes. And you know what you just went through to break a hex. You also think that because it's Millie, right? It's going to have something to do with, and because it came through text, it's going to have something to do with your social media presence, your presence on the internet or online, and that it is going to target all of you. You all killed her together. It may have been Ember opened it first, but killing curses deal with who killed them. So that is what you know from your study check. But what do you say aloud to Ember as you release her from this headlock and look at the actual phone?
There's gonna be a slight tremble as Al like thinks and ponders on the possibilities, his legs will like wobble a little bit. He'll like try to settle himself, and he'll say to Ember, so two things, yeah. If this is a killing curse, it will probably get to the rest of us, maybe.
Oh, wait. Do I need to quarantine or something?
I've never heard of quarantine actually. I'm not sure if, what kind of situations that'd be warranted, but I'm not sure what the way to remedy this is. But I do know if it's a curse, that's worse than what we literally just went through.
Also, Al, I'll give you this for free. Your study, your brain, that's your best stat, right? Like that's the best it's gonna get. Okay,
Yeah,
I will give this to you for free then.
That's my bread and butter.
That's the best we got.
That's all we get right here.
Okay, so since you are really, really good at this, I will say that this also comes to you. You know, Millie admitted it. You've watched this video dozens of times since actually encountering her. That Colin is the one she made the deal with. So if there's a curse stronger than the hex that Millie put on, when the hex was the strongest thing she was capable of doing, that maybe there's someone else you could talk to help.
Yeah, so clock. One, clock for that. Two, upon that realization, you'll see his eyes like drift to the left where he's like not looking at anyone, in the face at least. And he just goes, oof. So Millie was on this journey of hers to like be the number one witch in order, like the big bad. But you know, I mean, allegedly we killed her, right? And I don't know how courts work, so let's try, and I'm just gonna say allegedly, right? We killed her, self-defense, and she doesn't really have the power, right, to do the crazy witch things that she really wanted to do. And you can like tell he's being very roundabout about this because he does not know how the group is gonna receive this information. So my thought is, and knowing what I learned later, I want to emphasize later about Mr. Coffers, Mr. Colin Coffers. Hold, please. I know the looks. I understand the looks. I do. I really do. Do
you your knees wobbling?
Please. I mean this, like, genuinely. I didn't know he was a fucking demon. Firstly, second,
but you know it now.
I know now. Yeah, that's what I'm being honest. I'm being open and honest right now, and I'm trying to say, I don't think Millie added in her on her own to do this. I think she had to do something or get something from someone to be able to do this. I think she made a deal, or maybe she talked to Colin.
With your homie, your best friend.
I don't know. I know his intentions. I don't think or rather, I don't know if he gave her the power for us to be like to go against us specifically. Maybe she just wanted it for whoever ended up killing her. It's a fail safe. It's like whoever killed her would get it. So it's not like it, had our names written on it. It's just like it's like insurance, yeah.
And they basically put our names on it. I'm cursed.
Well, I mean, like
your best friend.
Because we like allegedly killed her, but it's not like Colin was like, oh yeah, them lot, like get them. Like we
are
don't
you sure?
know.
I'm
not.
How we know? Then you're defending him.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I was like trying. He's definitely like one side kind of defending his friend, but then he is also like,
no, you
I don't
get
know.
It. Yeah. You see, both of you, Ember and Anemone, your own familiars are around, but you look down and you see Chammy looking up at Al, being like, like literally 3 minutes after being like, I think it's good you haven't told them about Colin, and immediately telling them about Colin. We see this nodding fox like going, what the fuck? And we cut from here to a prison cell. Please, Omega, bring up caster chat for me while we exist in this space with Callie. Callie, you turned yourself in. It's been weeks. Some of your friends have come to visit you. Some have not. Your mother has called once a day, but has never set foot in a prison to come see you. Your trial is today. You haven't seen any of your friends in the last week, but you've been staying in pretty close communication because someone, one particular hexhound, snuck in a phone for you. You look down at the phone, and we see your sent message gone unopened and unread by your friends on the day of your trial. Please tell us what we see as Callie is sitting alone here for a moment, and then break our hearts by telling us what the text message that your friends did not open or read says.
You're diabolical. Anyways, we see Callie in the cell. I imagine that this cell is like a little fancy, but not like it's still prison, but it's like a nice prison. Like it has padded floors. And Callie's kind of sitting like in her favorite spot, which is like right in front of the bars, with like a deck of cards near her because normally she's plays with you know, how if they come by. And they're on their knees, kind of sat, just staring down on their phone. They've actually I imagine that, and you can correct me, Meadow, if I'm wrong, but I imagine Callie's mom would have absolutely sent an outfit for Callie to wear. And Callie has absolutely modified that outfit to fit her needs because after the whole corsage debacle, which wasn't her mom's fault,
Correct.
but after that whole thing, she's just like absolutely not. She was sent probably like a the highest of heels, and a cutesy like a more like frillier dress that she would wear. She has used her magic and like probably a makeshift sewing needle or something and has turned it into like a pink like pantsuit and has just chopped the heels off the heels. So the heels are gone. So it's just like pseudo flats.
We love.
And as she looks down at her phone, we see a sent unread message that says, "Hey guys, just want to make sure that y'all are still coming today. I know you guys said you would come, but I just, it's just a lot. Like if you guys don't come, like I totally understand. I know you guys got a lot going on. It's one of those like super long paragraph messages. Like I know you guys got a lot going on, and that it's also like really scary for y'all. And like I don't want y'all to implicate yourself or anything. And I'm also like trying to repent and stuff. But it would just be nice to not be alone. Smiley face."
As you say that, it would be nice to not be alone. You hear a low. I don't think I can whistle. We're gonna find out right now, live, if I can whistle or not. I don't know if I can. Let's try. No. So I can't whistle. I've decided. You hear a low whistle from outside of your cell window. Again, you are correct in thinking that the Zinnia Coven would give niceties to it's like a studio apartment. You have your own bathroom. You are allowed to cook your own food. You're not, you have a door, and the door does have a window on it, but like no one's watching you. You have comforts here. You voluntarily decided to come here, and they are treating you with the respect of someone who decided to uphold the tenets of the coven and give themselves justice. So you are being treated very well here, but it's still lonely. You're still isolated. You still don't get to go out into the world. You gave yourself up to the mercy of your coven. You hear a whistle outside, and then you see just mask mostly just mask, just black and charcoal gray, kind of wrapped up around, and just Callie, you are on the 52nd floor. You hear, "You all right?"
Yeah, I'm totally fine. Everything's fine. You know, I mean, like, no one's responded to my text or anything, but that's totally fine. Everything's fine. They'll probably show up or they won't, and then it'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Callie,
Yes.
remember when I told you that I can hear your heartbeat?
Well,
So
yes.
you are lying, right? We talked about this. We can lie.
Okay. Well, then, if you can hear my heartbeat, then you know the answer is no. So I don't know why you asked me.
I asked you because I'm concerned. They will be here.
But what if they're not?
They will be here.
Okay.
I brought you something.
A gift? Is it another phone? I don't think I need a second phone, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I didn't know a person could have more than one. No, it's not a phone. And he reaches into his pocket, and you hear the rustling of like fabric moving out of the way, wrapped up. And he pulls out like a little wrapped gift. It is, I must warn you, it is terribly wrapped. There are corners jutting out. Some of the paper, you can see like the white paper part on the opposite side of the wall, like the actual wrapping paper. The tape is fully wrapped around the entirety of it. So you can only kind of see the wrapping paper through the Scotch tape opaqueness. And he went, "I learned what a present is."
Well, thank you, Hal. This is so kind. Callie is going to struggle to get the tape off. And you just see her just kind of like, she ends up like using her nails. And then when her nails don't work because she hasn't been able to get like, you know, a mani-pedi, she just kind of uses her teeth. And she's just like,
Howell goes, "Just the form I told you. That's the way." And you like rip into this thing, and you open it. You see, Callie, a tiny little, it looks just like a rectangle at first. But you can see little like almost like opal, fire opal sparks and creaks through it. So it looks like there's flame inside of it. And he goes, "I made it. It's a burn wood. It's a piece of wood, and it's burning from the inside because you said that she is nice to you."
Callie bursts into tears. Oh!
We did it! The first
cry, the first Callie cry of the season. Callie bursts into tears and it's like, "This is so nice and thoughtful. You did such a good job." It's
oh no, you're leaking again. You're leaking? Okay. Oh, all right. And he like rips off a sleeve and just like stuffs it through the bars of your window.
Callie takes it. This I feel like is a reoccurring occurrence.
Yes.
I feel like
he rips
Hal
off
is running out.
Hal
is running out of parts of their clothes. It's
correct.
Just like does like a whole blowing their nose thing, and like it's just and then I think what she'll do is that she'll find a like a piece of twine And then she'll like probably hand him the burnwood and is like, would you be able to make a little tiny little tiny hole through here, right here? And she like gestures where.
Do you put it through the bars?
Yeah, so that he can.
He doesn't take it. He bites into it. His canine pierces it where you point.
Fantastic. First of all, wolf, but also that's great. That's not Callie. Callie's like, well, thank you kindly. And she's gonna thread a piece of like twine that she found somewhere and puts it around her neck so that it's a necklace.
I invited her. She'll be here too.
You invited Burnwood?
Yes, she said that she couldn't come because she's an outlaw and on the run from the law. But I told her she had to because you wanted her to. So she should be here.
How? That's so kind, but I don't want her to get arrested or for something bad to happen to her because
She should want to. I'm sorry. But I do think she should want to show up for you. Even if there is risk to herself. Because you showed up for her. You and all of your friends. You broke that hex for her. The very least you could do is get arrested. You got arrested on purpose.
well, that's different. It's like, the covenants of the Xenia Coven, everything. Callie is tearing up because that was very emotional, but she's just like trying to brush it off now. Like, the covenants of the Xenia Coven, it's like very
As
specific.
you're talking and ranting, he usually just like holds on to the bars and lets you do this. But today he goes, it's starting, and just drops.
Oh, okay,
Not even 3 seconds after that, you do hear the footsteps of the guard coming up to your door to let you out, to lead you to court. Omega, please remove caster chat for me and show me the Hall of Eternal Justice. It is on the outskirts of the city, the hall. Most people don't even associate it with New City, as it's on this fringe perimeter. But it is this monument to the unfailing pursuit of impartial fairness. This profound stillness envelops the space, and the air is just heavy with the weight of not only ancient wisdoms, but solemnity. People take this place seriously. It's not sacred in a religious sense, but it is treated like hallowed ground. To be in a space where justice, no matter who you are, where you come from, or how much money you have, is the principle, is a rare thing to find in the modern world. The Grand Hall is illuminated through these like ethereal skylights, and towering marble statues kind of line the space. You see angels, you see martyrs, you see witches. Historical figures of justice, some from myth, some from actual history, but they all watch you as our three witches join us here, sitting in the public seating of the pews, because in this society, for the Xenia Coven, all trials are public. Justice is blind and fair, and so should the trials of justice be. You three sit and see Howl, the hound, walk in and sit as well on the opposite side of the room, as seats are kind of full where you are. You scan the room looking for anyone familiar, but all you see are two large stone doors open. And under a few banners of royal blue, Callie is escorted in with 6 Xenia Coven guards. It is like watching someone on the most wanted list be taken from the plane to the van to prison. It is a slow walk. It is calculated. There is not a single moment where any of the guards that line Callie's side think that she's not going to kill them. All eyes are trained on her. Wands are pointed as she walks. They lead her to the stand. Omega, show me Callie, please. As we see a member of the good court enter from the side. She's small. She's like Edna Mode small. She's like 4 foot nothing small. She has shock white hair, extremely pale white skin. You can see the veins, blue and weaving under her skin. She takes her time shuffling up to the podium, one step after the other. The hall is hushed with just a bit of rumored whispers, a little bit of a breeze, some magical chimes beyond, and the of her feet as her robes brush against themselves as she enters the podium. Her eyes are bright white. She looks out over the courtroom and says,
"Thank you for being here today. I do have a badminton appointment I have been putting off at 3. I know that it is currently 2:15, but I think we can wrap things up between now and then. Counsel, approach me."
And you see this tiny woman as 2 people approach. One is clearly Zinnia, dressed in the colors of the coven, looks like a guard, wand at the small of their back, ready to never be unsheathed, always ready to just activate. And the other is Callie's public defender. This is a teenager by the looks of him. He is currently still wearing the name tag of the movie theater he works at. It looks like he forgot to take it off when he came over to defend Callie's livelihood. But they both approach, and he goes,
Sir, ma'am, I'm gonna prove,
hold on, I'm just getting my files, Judge. I'm gonna prove that Callie Emery is, what do you think? Innocent, guilty? What are you pleading here? And looks over at you, Callie. And at that moment is where we take our break. We will be right back for the trial of Callie Emery. Give us just a few. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see you soon. Enjoy our bio break. Enjoy our sponsors. Enjoy our group chat. We'll see you so soon. Last we left you, we were in the Hall of Eternal Justice with Callie Emery facing charges for her recent escapades with her friends out in New City. Small woman behind the podium seems to even struggle to lift the gavel. She's so frail, so old. She says,
Okay, good sister I / proceeding. Okay, council, take your seats. We should make quick work of this, I think. Callie Emery, you stand accused of multiple counts of various crimes. You are accused of withholding information about a magic user who puts the rest of the witch folk here in danger by breaking the law. The witch of the Burnwood cast, Patience Browning. And as you stand accused, how do you plead?
to this count, obviously.
Okay, so what? Lord, when I tell you I am sweating. Okay, so just to clarify, above game, she is asking me if I am guilty for knowing where Burnwood is and not
And
reporting
withholding that information. Absolutely.
at one point. Can I ask follow-up questions? Like
Yes,
in character?
yes, absolutely. In front of you, you are all in the kind of like the risers area, these stone benches where you can look out over the proceedings, and you see Callie on the stand in front of a golden microphone. It pulses with strange energy, and some of you may know what this is. If you would like to, anyone besides Callie, who is already familiar with Zinnia Coven's proceedings, please give me, we'll call this a comprehend check.
I'll definitely try to figure out what that is.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Will they get mad if I'm like asking a bunch of follow-up questions?
Will they get mad? That's a great question. I will tell you that you are allowed to speak back into the microphone. However, the like common courtesy and like social graces of the court is that you allow the preceding good sister, brother, or kin to lead the proceedings with all questions. They will not stop you, but it is very possible they will get mad.
Got it.
Okay. I want to check in first with the rest of the coven to see if you got your comprehend checks together. Al, what'd you get?
I'm gonna use a source point from my smart element feature.
Okay, yeah.
For the audience, your intellect is
yeah.
unshakable. Anytime you make a comprehend check, you may mark off a source point and get an automatic 5 for one of your dice rolls. So that would bring my rolls to a 15 total.
Ooh, spicy 15. What about you, Bree? What do you get, an enemy?
I got a 15.
2 spicy
Let's
15s?
go.
I'm almost scared to look to my left. Taylor, what did you get?
Yeah, I got such an exciting.
One of us.
I got a good old 10.
Incredible. Mark your experience. And for my spicy 15s, you know exactly what this is. This is one of those machines that is highly divisive in the witch community because people don't know how to err on what side. It's kind of like corporal punishment. Some people believe in the death sentence, some people don't. This is a soothsayer. This is a golden enchanted microphone used only in court proceedings of witch folk, and it can only amplify the truth. It can only let you hear, as the rest of the court, a truthful answer to a question posed. Any other information will be muted as if Callie never spoke. Lies, even those in which she is lying to herself, will not be able to be heard. Only the objective truth in answers to questions posed will be heard from this microphone. Now, with that being in mind, you know this. Ember, you see a shiny golden microphone, you're like, slay. Like they gave her some flair. Like, nice.
Wow, that's really nice that they did that.
A golden microphone? Okay. Like you it
Dang.
looks good. It looks good. It's nice. Callie, you know the soothsayer. You've been asked a question. You said at one time, I did know where Burnwood was and withheld that information. Do you have any follow-up questions?
Well, specifically, what Callie says is because Callie knows what's up, right? But also, Callie is keenly aware that it's like almost impossible to answer the soothsayer perfectly, even if you
Yes.
know all the tips or tricks.
Yes.
So
correct.
Callie thinks for a moment and says, between the dates of when we got the letter, essentially, and after we essentially saved her, while she was incapacitated for, and then I think Callie would give an exact percentage of the time that she was incapacitated, because
Yeah.
immediately after that, Callie brought herself to jail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for this exact percentage, yes.
Understood. Guilty, for the note, for the record. You also, Miss Emery, stand accused of having. I'm sorry, I don't. This has never happened before. What do you mean? And those are the right words? Okay. Of having a contraband cell phone brought to you from secret visitors and communications outreach against the rules of the House of Eternal Justice. Is this. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty, have it noted. And finally, you stand accused of using wandless magic. Though in the name of justice, please settle down.
And there is, in fact, like rabble, like wandless magic. What the fuck? Like people immediately get all up in arms. There are some people that are like standing up and gathering their skirts. Are like, I'm not about to be a part of this. I'm going home. Like there's wandless magic is so taboo that some people don't want to be associated with the trial any longer.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty, have it noted for the record. Miss Emery, you do have the floor to defend yourself from the 3 guilty counts you have just submitted.
Of course. Thank you. Callie takes a deep breath, and I think visibly she seems very put together, but certain people with supersonic hearing would definitely be able to hear the thumping of her heart in her chest. Between the dates of insert date here and insert date here, I received a notice that an old acquaintance who I knew, and I assuming I knew Burnwood prior to, who I was familiar with prior to her counts of aggression against the magic community, that she was in trouble. I then, through a series of trials and tribulations, went about paying back an old favor in the name of justice, as though she is at the time a wanted criminal. She was incapacitated, and based on the covenants of the Zinnia, everyone deserves a fair trial and fair treatment. And I was not going to make her presence aware while she was in an incapacitated state, or report her presence while she was in a incapacitated state, or I did not while she
Let it be known for the record that it was when Birdwood was incapacitated. Magically, you stated in your statement here. Okay.
Yes, with a hex.
Understood. Do you have anything else to add to your defense of yourself before we call witnesses?
In the nature of wandless magic, I received a dress and corsage from what I believed at the time was my mother. And in a moment of distress, I went to defend myself. The corsage triggered, and I utilized wandless magic against my own accord. And from there became... And Callie tries to find the right word. Like, oh, go ahead.
I need you.
Do I need to roll something?
You do.
Dang!
I'm just trying to figure out what I want you to roll. Give me...
I've had to roll yet. This is stressful.
Give me just an intuit check. We'll just leave it as flat intuit. Let's go, Callie.
Okay. 11.
Okay. Callie, you do not realize that the soothsayer stopped picking up anything you were saying as you opened your mouth to say, I did wandless magics against my will or without my say-so. You realize that that is not entirely true. The circumstances around your wandlessness were true upon your first wandless experience.
I think that, well, I was gonna say, because like after that, I think she would say, but after that, I became corrupted, but I wasn't sure if corrupted was like a fair term. Like,
Yeah,
you know
I think that I think that that is what the Zinnia Coven would in fact
call it.
Yes,
right? That's
absolutely.
what I was thinking. So I think that when she says that, she would have ended it with, and after that, I then became corrupted, which is essentially, I imagine, a term that the Zinnia Coven at least would know of, which is like,
indeed,
it's delicious. I want more wandlessness. I want to be evil.
No one said evil. Hey now. So you and the crowd, Anemone, Al, Ember, Hal, you all hear Callie's account up until, but I did go, and then you see wandless. You see her say wandless. You hear nothing until her voice kicks back in as she's speaking into the soothsayer, and you hear, I became corrupted.
Cool. Love that. Delicious.
The woman, the judge, the good sister at the front of the podium goes, oh dear,
it does happen. Call your first witness, you poor dear child.
Girl, anyways. I think for the first witness, Callie would look into the crowd, and I'm wondering if she would see everyone.
Give me just a flat intuit check. Give me just a flat intuit. We'll see if you notice them there. Feeling out the vibes of the crowd, looking around.
I got an 8.
Okay, please roll again for a separate reason, but with the same stat.
Ooh, this one's much better. I got doubles, and 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm gonna hold that doubles for next
Okay.
time.
You hold an advantage as you scan the crowd desperately, realizing that I became corrupted is the only thing echoing out from you. You're feeling those looks of judgment being cast on you. You see a couple of people lean over to whisper to each other. You know in this moment with absolute certainty that not only are you being judged, which you kind of expected for a trial, but you're being misunderstood. You don't see any of your friends. They didn't come. You see Howl, who stands up in outrage when you are cut off from speaking your truth and is still standing by the time you hear the last echo of I became corrupted leave the courtroom around you.
I think in this moment, the fear / concern visibly shows on Callie's face for a moment, because she didn't hear back from her friends in the text, and essentially in this moment she's realizing that while good intention, Hal was wrong and her friends are not here, and she is in quite possibly the worst case where everyone around her, there's nobody who believes her. And I think she takes like a shaky breath, like, and is like holding back tears. And I think like one falls, but she quickly wipes it away and holds her head high and says, I call Hal to the sand.
There is a confused murmur that kind of goes through the crowd. No one knows a person named Howl, and there is no one named Howl in the Zinnia Coven. Omega, can you show me the Hall of Eternal Justice? Once more, please. And then, if you would be so kind, Omega, also show me not the hound that we've seen before, wrapped up in black and charcoal gray and covered in a mask and completely indescript, non-distinct. Instead, Omega, please show me the Hall of Eternal Justice. And show me Howl, please. As this moment, we see Howl, without skipping a beat, descends from the stairs, still fully cloaked in those wrapped garments, until, of course, Slash, the judge, says,
Oh, I'm so sorry, Zed. I know you're cold. Can you take all that off? We have rules around here.
and as she says, we have rules around here, it comes off very like toss away, very, come on now, take off that hat. But you know, Callie, that sentence is that if Hal doesn't, he's going to prison next. And so he does. He takes off the mask, he takes off the jumpsuit, and reveals that he did prepare for this just in case you needed support, just in case you called him. You see him in a pinstripe vest and a pristine, clean white button down and matching pants. He has always been very like lean, very lithe and athletic build. He's fast. He's not strong. He is whoof. And as he leans against a small like podium of like a pillar, he puts an elbow on and goes, I think this is a farce. And I think anyone who doesn't believe a Zinnia from her own coven would uphold those covenants to the absolute word of the law, to the very last breath that she possesses in her body, are fools who should have their tongues ripped out. there is an audible, like, oh shit, who is that? What is that? Why is that saying that to us? You see, Callie, you have seen Howl a couple of times without the like bodysuit. You've never seen Howl without the mask. You see scars. So many scars. One of his eyes is no longer his own. It's been replaced by something cybernetic and mechanical and better than human sight could be. The other one is ice blue, glacier blue, piercing, as it looks at you, almost apologetically, as if thinking you'd hate him for standing up for you when you are perfectly capable of doing it yourself. Ice Slash goes, what are you? Shoveling disgust in his way.
Callie has to actively hold back. Callie was all tears before, but Callie has to actively hold back. It's like, I do not want to get sent back to prison. I hurt you.
He says, what are you? And Howl stretches his hands out. You see black leather gloves that go all the way up, almost to the elbow, as he steps forward, past the line of decorum, and up to the podium. As he looks up at this tiny little old woman and says, I am part of you. I am Zinnia. And the plight of my coven mate, Callie Emery, he says as he faces the room, is unacceptable. Not a one of you in this room have done anything to stop the Hexhounds. Callie and her friends, and he points. Callie, suddenly you see they're here. They have been here. You are not alone. They have done the work that you cowards refuse. There are 2 Zinnia guards that immediately stand and point their wands. Howl puffs his chest up as if welcoming the hit and says, cowards, daring them to do it. Ice Slash bangs the gavel one after the other. Hang on! Oh no! Wait a second! Okay. Whoa! Call your next witness! Get off at the stage! As she like waves Howl off and away, and he just kind of like rolls his shoulders back and stalks off, this time in the direction of an enemy, Ember and Owl, and doesn't sit next to them, but stands to make sure, Callie, that you can see them. They are here. Who is the next person you call to defend you?
First of all, I'm swooted. How dare you?
Second Callie crying.
Oh my gosh. I think like Callie bursts into tears, but it's not like full blown sobbing. Sobbing comes with a level of vulnerability that Callie is not awarded at this time. But like the tears fall, but like Callie lets them fall. And I think she looks at her friends and it's like, I think Callie knows, because she knows the proceedings, she can only call one more person. And as she looks at the 3 of them, her eyes land on Anemone, who, even before they were close in Coven's proceedings, would ensure that her voice was always heard.
Omega, please remove Howl and his tasteless outburst, and instead show us Anemone, please, as you are called to take the stand. An enemy, you do have to walk past Howl, who of course like moves out of the way to let you. But I know that you have some distaste about the Hexhounds. Is there any interaction that takes place here as you make your way up to the podium?
I think that okay, first off, I needed a moment. Second off, I think they would growl at him. I think so. Yeah. Like a puff of like an appreciative yeah, but I still don't like you.
Are you ready to roll?
Hmm?
Are you ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Great. Please roll for me. We are going to call this a menace check. You are trying to be
Okay.
menacing in this moment, and we'll see if it works.
All right. Let's do this. All right. So I got doubles, but we're gonna try to roll that other one because I want to be menacing. I want to. I got it. It's triple fives.
Triples! Incredible. An enemy, you are not sure if it is the growl that you let loose from the base of your own throat that makes him stumble back, or something else. But you pass him and make your way to the podium. Ember, Al, start rolling! I need a vibe check from both of you, please, to see if you notice what really made him step back. Let's see what we got.
Oh,
I rolled doubles, so
Period.
I rolled a 6.
The total is 6.
So this is revive.
Yeah.
3, 1, and a 2.
okay.
Oh no, that is like truly the tank roll. If you get a 1, 2, 3, there's nothing you can do. No doubles, like no adding, no re-rolling is going to save you. Wonderful. So a 6, mark that experience. Ember, what did you get?
I had a 16. I want to save my advantage.
A 16. Yeah, you should save that. Hold on to that.
I'm gonna hold
You. Oh, this is good. In the
Is it?
museum that you were stealing an artifact from alongside an enemy, you
Mhm.
remember the first time you saw Howl and how he appeared at the bottom of this staircase, ready to chase you guys down for stealing this magical item. You remember that he leaned up and sniffed the air as if recognizing a magical signature. Before an enemy ever growls, he sniffs the air and stumbles back. An enemy takes this as her being menacing. But really, you see that Howl is... I would say you see Howl is affected by the magical signature. You don't know what he's feeling, but he did stagger back, and an expression of bewilderment almost came across his face. So keep that in mind, please.
Right.
An enemy, you make your way up to the podium. You're standing in front of this sleek, golden microphone that only allows you to tell the truth. All you're here to do is defend Callie. What do you say?
I'm gonna have to lean into my universally loved tube. We're gonna charm. We're gonna try. Okay. Yeah, I'm not asked any straight questions, am I?
You're a
Okay.
character witness. You can say anything you want.
All right.
I will keep you abreast of the situation. You did pass. You know that the soothsayer will not let you lie.
Yes. Yes.
But you haven't been asked a question, so you have a little more wiggle room here.
Okay. Hello, all in the court today. I stand before you today to ask you to not convict my friend. Yes.
That's it. Send tweet. Send tweet.
That's it. That's
Hashtag free
it.
Callie.
That's
Dan will tweet that
Free
out.
Callie.
And I reclaim my time.
And the crowd went wild. Oh,
Thank you. It's like, no, but if there's any person who I think understands the true meaning of justice, it's Callie. She always seeks to be a good person. She's one of the few people who saw the good in me before, and I would stick up for her every single time. I truly don't believe that if given the chance, she wouldn't have done something that everybody perceives as menacing without just cause. If not for the good of everybody, because that's what she seeks, is justice for all. That it's the most altruistic thing about her. She is just good and sees good in all. And I ask for you today that for you not to be dissuaded by your fears, by your prejudices, but to see the facts. And the facts are Callie is a good person, and she deserves justice, just like all the justice she searches for. And that is my TED Talk.
not me tearing
We're
up.
making that canon that you say, and that is my TED Talk, as you like turn to leave.
Drops the soothsayer mic.
You leave this space. There's not nearly the same amount of like rabble after Howell was like, fuck you, and I hate you guys. Like, it's not the same at all. It's more like a hushed, contemplative, okay, interesting. You do not have to make a roll here, an enemy. You put your entire heart into that. You were true without ever being cut off, even with a semantic or a technicality. And you were moving. And of course, as always, you are universally charming. There is no roll needed as you move past Howl to sit back down next to an enemy and Owl. As the judge, the good sister Ice Slash, adjusts her glasses and stands behind the podium.
I have heard what I think I need to hear. Also, it's 2:45. I do have that badminton appointment to get to. Miss Emery, thank you for your continued dedication to justice. After what you and your compatriots went through, can't imagine it was easy for you to come here and give yourself up, trusting that the Xenia Coven would know what is best. But if anything, it proves that you are true Xenia, and we of the Xenia Coven are proud to prosecute you today.
Please roll me 3d6.
Great.
You can add to this, Callie, any stat you want.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna use that advantage. Oh, and I got doubles. Okay. We're cooking now. Wait, if I get doubles, do I re-roll the?
Sure, yeah, same rules apply. If you want to re-roll and
Okay.
get the higher, you can.
Okay.
Thank you,
I got-
Raiders. Love you.
I keep rolling another 2, so I got advantage again. I'm sorry. Just give me. I'm just gonna roll this other
Just
dice.
rolling a 2 for 6 hours while we
Oh my
try to
gosh.
finish
Okay.
up this
Okay.
drive.
So that's 6.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12, and you can add any stat you like.
I'm gonna add. I think by comprehend, which would make it a 13.
Okay. You see that Ice Slash stands up, hunched over, that old people scoliosis, like when your body wants to return to the earth, so gravity takes over at the top of your spine for some reason. You know? I'm just riffing. Okay, so she's hunched and starts walking towards you. And she puts her hands over yours. Gavel is still in one of them, but she goes like this over you. It goes,
I believe you. You couldn't say it if it wasn't true. What a shining example of what this coven could do.
what did you get, a 13? Okay.
Yes.
She raises the gavel and bangs it and says,
13 years!
and you are escorted back immediately.
The fact that you did not tell me.
I said you can add any stat you want. You could have added your worst stat.
No, but I'm rolling advantage because I'm over here like I gotta get a good roll.
That's up to you. That's up to you. So you're led back
Diabolical.
Fair.
to your cell. You have just been sentenced.
I'm
To
burning this
thir-
whole shit to the ground. I want you to know that. This is Callan's villain origin story.
13 years. There is a roar of outrage in the court from one person. It is Howl, who runs out of the courtroom at a speed that is genuinely concerning. He runs so fast past one of the statues of the angels with the wings out that the wing is clipped in the attempt to leave. He does not look back at any of you as he does. Amber, Al, and Nineveh, as you are leaving the courthouse, your friend sentenced to 13 years in a magical prison. What are you saying to each other? What are you doing here?
Gang, what the heck just happened?
What the actual fuck?
Like,
They had audio issues and kept on cutting out the mic. And
no,
then there's 13 years? This is insane, gang.
so about that, the mic only picks up if someone's speaking the truth, but
Ew.
it's
What?
it's yeah, I don't know the logistics in it, but it's like that felt rigged, yeah, like
That was
didn't
very
feel
That's very, very,
That felt-
Very.
very.
Is this how this coven works? This is just...
apparently.
Mm.
You, Al, I have to ask you, I fear.
Mm-hmm.
What does Colin smell like?
Wow. Okay. Colin smells like steel or like
Yeah.
iron, like a metal.
Absolutely. I think to poetically flavor this, Colin Coffers smells like freshly cooled blade steel, ash, hard work, and a very masculine musk. You smell that, you three. You look around, you see nothing. And then, my lovely witches, you see nothing. Omega, please take us to black.
Man, I'll smell a construction site.
You hear revelry. A party, a dinner, a dance, a laugh, a drink. You hear coins clinking together. You hear people dancing their footsteps on floor. The darkness begins to clear, and all you can see is red. Omega, please show me Coffer's place. As the curtains part, velvet, crimson, lush. A red you could fall into, a red you could drown in, a red so dark it's almost like a bloody shadow. You enter into this banquet hall, you three, alone for the time being, but a place full of magic. The chandeliers spin slowly on their own, twirling something like pixie dust in the air. Shadows like hands and people walking pass you on the walls and the floors, but never touch you, never cast by anyone. Silverware floats and twirls and dances in the air and then settles back down primly, properly, and in the correct place for royal etiquette on the table in front of you. You don't know where you are. Al is the only one with even a hint of where you are because of what you smell, Al. What do you say in this moment as the three of you, Ember, Anemone, and Al, find yourself in Coffer's place? Omega, please show me our three lovely witches in this banquet hall.
I think before Al says anything, he is very wide-eyed, but has not said a word, and he'll look to Ember and an enemy before saying a single word to see what their reactions are upon landing at this place mysteriously.
Ember, an enemy, you do not know where you are, and you are not the ones to recognize that smell, so you find yourselves in a decadent, shadowy, semi-sinister banquet hall. It's magic, surely, but what do you say to each other, an enemy and Ember, as Al watches for your reaction?
And then, man, can you pinch me real fast on the arm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
All right, okay, I was afraid of that.
So we're
wide awake.
Okay.
Where are we? We was at the courthouse, right? That's where we was at. That's
Yeah.
What's going
So how
on?
we end up here? I don't remember getting into a car.
Al's gonna put
what-
his hands in his
What
pockets.
what is it?
Al
Ow.
is very sheepish.
I would like Amber to look at
Ow.
Al. I would like
You
Amber.
get a caster notification.
Sorry, one sec.
Can
He's
Amber
gonna
look
pull
at
out
those
his phone.
knees to see if they're
Yeah,
wobbling?
we're just looking at our phones and we're just being kidnapped. Okay, all right.
Ember, give me a vibe check on Al. And Al, you have a text from Colin Coffers that says, "Bad time."
Oh wait, I didn't even. 12.
Al is gonna go. Sorry, one sec. He's gonna call Colin.
Okay, as it's ringing and the phone is to your ear, we have a mixed success on a vibe check on you, Al, from Ember. What would Ember glean from a mixed success about how you're feeling and why you're acting strange and sheepish in this strange place?
Ember will see that Al's knees aren't shaking,
Wow.
but his hands are.
We've entered level 2.
Oh my
Level
goodness, your hands!
It's
Ow.
the hands.
Who you calling?
Sorry, one sec.
Al?
And he's
Sorry.
like still keep his air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
to
No,
see if
sorry.
anyone can check.
Refusing to answer, an enemy and Ember, you hear a ringtone. It's lively. It's jubilant almost. It's excited. Omega, show me Colin Coffers as he materializes on the edge of the table in which you are standing in front of. You see a man with neck tattoos that cover all the way up to his jaw, tattoos on his knuckles, and blackout on one arm, full sleeve on the other. He is in a perfectly tailored burgundy suit. His hair is pulled back into a stylish bun, and you can see his pointed ears, which he clearly must have glamored from you in all of your dealings. And you see him answer the phone and go, yeah?
You caught jokes in it. I was gonna like tuck his phone in his jacket pocket. Not hands not trembling.
You see Colin Coffers behind you, Ember and an enemy.
You smell that?
Do you see that?
Right.
Behind you.
Right. You can see. Right. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to call him it. It's Colin.
Huh?
You don't have to call him it. It's Colin.
To
It's
you.
just me. And I am here.
Right. There's silverware in front of her, right?
Go on. Go on.
No,
Yes. Correct. Yes. What do you do with it?
No, nothing crazy.
Yes.
Just
Go on. Say it, Taylor.
No,
Say
nothing
it.
happened. No, it was a simple question. To know there was silverware in front of him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, say it. Okay. Okay, great.
She picks him up, but just like plays within her hand. Nothing crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, that
So-
crashing.
Yeah, I almost want to vibe check Taylor. What in the world?
You should. Vibe check Ember.
Ember on vibe checks anywhere.
You see Ember reach out into midair and grab a knife and just hold it in her hand, fiddling idly.
But you remember the bit with the spear through the head?
I am playing with the knife game. Why is everybody so tense?
For sure. Yeah. Nah. That's a new nervous tick I've never seen you pick up a knife.
That's
when you're
Ember?
Yeah. That's Ember.
Ah.
Why are you looking like that? Why?
Well, she killed one of mine. That rarely happens. You're cursed, right?
She stabs the table. Yes.
Pity.
Pity.
Yes. I don't want you to be cursed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
well,
that you're
well,
cursed.
You can take
Pity.
it. Yeah. Sorry for my outburst.
Does Ember say that or?
Yes, correct. Correct. Ember's trying so hard to not have her famous Ember crash out right now in this fantastic moment.
Okay.
She's learning. Just like, yep.
So then you must be an enemy.
Yes.
Good. So I heard Callie's trial didn't go well, right? And he's looking at you, Al, as he's talking. This is very much like a blasé conversation that could have been had over a voice chat. So he's not acting like anything's wrong. He's not acting sinister. He's just checking in.
Crazy.
I feel like you know.
Oh yeah, no, I did know. I know that like I haven't been mortal in a while, and they like explaining things, mortals. I was gonna let you.
Why even bother? Like, what was the point? You probably saw everything.
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
Like,
But I didn't see it.
tangentially, but you were aware of the outcome.
Okay, book nerd, tangentially. Okay, well, listen. I had a little birdie tell me, and by birdie I do mean puppy, tell me that Callie's on the ropes right now. 13 years, right?
Again, mate, you know. Yeah, you know. You already know.
Okay, God forbid a guy wants confirmation. Okay,
You brought me
Fine.
down here. No, Colin. No.
fine,
No. No. No.
fine.
You teleported us down here, and then texted me.
Yeah. That
Bad
was funny,
time.
right? Did you like that?
No, Colin.
Okay, sorry.
My friend got sentenced 13 years in
Okay,
prison.
but I brought you here to fix it. Like, I feel like you're blowing things out of proportion.
Fuck
You wanna
off,
just hear me
mate.
out?
Are you serious?
Do you want to hear me out?
Please, go ahead. And Al's just gonna like sit down in the chair, like pissed.
Yeah, you sit down and a shit-eating grin just spreads across his face as he looks at you two and goes, "Ladies?" Do they always look like this when they're offered a seat?
You looked at him weird, and then he'll get up from the
I
chair.
said, "Ladies!" What do you want from me?
How did he look at you? And he's gonna look at Ember and an enemy. What kind of face he give you? Yeah?
Ladies? And he does the exact same face again.
That's it. I just don't like his face. So
Okay, well that's canonically untrue.
Who said that? How do you know?
Oh, it's just like public opinion in general. I'm built to be physically attractive to whatever humans like at the time. So even though I may change, your attraction to me does not.
Right.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's how that works.
Maybe not. I need you both to roll me an Intuit. And this is an Intuit on yourselves.
Oh.
Wow, I need to check in with myself. It's fine.
Yeah, I need to.
Just a little check-in.
Just a little
Just
check
bring it
in.
in
Ember
here.
is crashing
Check in.
out in the inside.
All right.
Wow, that's so fantastic.
Okay. let's
Amazing,
see.
even.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it.
The little like ad-lib muttering after terrible rolls needs to be studied. The way that y'all all start talking to yourselves.
I'm checking in with myself. Your Honor, I'm checking in on myself.
Good.
I got doubles. I'm
Okay.
gonna roll. I forgot about. Well,
Yeah, you
I'm
have
here.
one saved already. You don't have to save it if
Okay.
you want to.
All right.
What'd you get,
that's
an enemy?
fine. I know math. Wait,
Me too. I lied.
I know math. Math
I
is so
love-
I
great.
literally don't know math.
11.
Okay,
I got
11 makes
16.
success. Okay, total success. Incredible. So on a
What?
we'll come back
Ooh.
to you, Ember.
Ooh.
An enemy on a total success. And it's an Intuit. Yes, we did a vibe check first.
Yes, it was into
And this
it.
is on yourself.
Yeah. Oh no.
Let me cook.
All good, all good. Cook. Go ahead and cook.
The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You feel a tension trail up your spine, as if someone is behind you. Omega, please show me the hound.
Oh.
As not Howl, but the hound, please, as he steps from beside you, from the shadows, head down, and goes to stand next to Colin Coffers, his owner. An enemy, you don't know what it is. It's very easy to chalk up this feeling of sensation to you being revolted by a hexhound in your vicinity, especially this hexhound. But we, the audience, know better. Ember,
Yeah.
you got a mixed success.
Correct.
As you look at Colin Coffers to call him an ugly son of a bitch, you see pieces and parts of his face switching and changing, glitching, almost like a rapid facial recognition software. Every face you see, every combination of features, devastatingly beautiful. He is, unfortunately, perfect.
Oh no, he's hot.
That's literally what's going in Amber's mind. She just was like, cough.
You cough, and he steps forward to also sit at the head of the table. and looks at you all. Omega, please take us back to Caster so our cast doesn't get actually distracted by calling coffers. As we pull up Caster here in this moment. Just saying.
It was like Ember does sit down.
He pulls up his boot to rest on his knee, kind of just relaxing, and reaches forward and grabs a goblet. You see, out of nowhere, the goblet begins to fill itself up with wine, and he takes a deep drink and looks at just you, Al, and says, "You never told them that we were still friends, did you?"
I can answer this.
Like, hand behind his head, kind of like.
Okay. Not a big deal. I get it, right? Because, I'm Demon Prince. Okay. Listen, ladies, I'm really sorry about the way that we met. The murder and the Millie and the blood and the fighting and then you almost dying and me kind of like betraying you. It's a whole thing.
Kind of.
I was really swept under the rug.
What do you mean?
It's just like, oh, the murders. Oh.
If you have grievances, I'm here to hear them out. And then he literally leans back and he's going to wait. Do you have anything any of you want to say?
I'm looking to see what I have.
Anemone, you immediately doing this.
Locked in.
Like looking into the soul of my camera. You can find some dirt on Colin Coffer.
At my character sheet, like, what do I have to read him down? Yeah. And it was,
Anyone? Going once.
I was like, do I use gossip?
Going twice.
Do it.
I think
I
Al
may
would-
use gossip.
Okay, Al, you go
But-
first, and then we're gonna get to your gossip.
Okay. I think Al. So has Colin done theatrics like this with Al before?
Not before you knew he was a demon prince. Since then, he has done a few things like show up out of the shadows in front of you to hang out and play like Xbox. But otherwise, no. Like he uses
so
his
funny.
demon prince powers to like be a homie. Like he's not doing anything sinister. He's never teleported you. You've never been here to answer that question.
Colin.
Yeah.
So, I feel like in the foundations of friendship, there should be some kind of honesty. Yeah. Yeah.
You see the demon looking around like. Can I ask? Is that how mortals do it?
For friends, mate. Are you a fucking psychopath? Yes.
Okay.
That's what I've been saying.
We talked about that word.
Okay.
I don't like that word.
I understand. Not clinically, yes, but
Yeah.
it's deeply unempathetic. Yeah. To like.
Right.
Not be
But that's
trust-
only because, and I remember I told you that I'm a demon. So
Sure.
that's where that comes in, but it's not on purpose.
So then why are you giving me fucking advice and the pits how to be a better fighter? Texting me, showing me a fucking video, calming my mind. Yeah, I mean it's a nice friend thing to do, but like
Thank you.
infernal magics and kidnappings and portals and
Kidnapping.
strange decor options, and he just like gestures randomly in the room.
Decor! And he's looking around. He's like, I thought I did a really good job. Like he's looking around with genuine concern and then brings his eyes back to you and goes, sorry, is that not what friends do?
What I'm trying to get at, mate, is that you shouldn't be manipulating your friends, yeah?
This is gonna suck.
Oh no, what are you about to do?
I do kind of already have a contract written up for you guys. And if you don't sign it, No. Yeah, I want to be a good friend. I don't need this. And as he says this, a stack of papers like appears in between his hands, and then goes, no. And like it does seem like a genuine accident. He's not trying to make a deal, but in his very nature, it's all he can do. And he dispels the contract immediately and goes, okay, all right, hey, let's calm down here. Let's really take a look at what we're doing. Okay?
Right.
I thought that friends text each other, so I texted you. That was not manipulation.
Sure.
We're friends.
But you've been watching, yes? Us, our movements, we've been doing.
Us? No, just you, dude.
Mate.
What, is that bad?
I like, surveillance is quite frowned upon generally, yeah.
Is it really? Because we have access to magic that can do that for free.
Right, but it's like, when do you not watch me? It might be a better question.
Oh, no, I only watch you when I send you a text to make sure it goes through.
Okay, that's a bit more benign. All right, please go on. And I was just like, visibly getting more like
Colin
frazzled.
is leaning forward towards you at this point. He's so confused that he hasn't been being an incredible friend these past couple weeks. He doesn't understand what you're saying. He goes, so I'm just trying to figure it out. I give you back your familiars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't kill you when one of your best friends tries to kill me.
Yeah.
I leave you alone for weeks, only sending you inspirational alpha male content.
Oh, well, we can talk about that one, actually.
And I'm being a bad friend?
We probably take them down by itemized list. First on the alpha male stuff, we don't got to do that. I mean, we can still do fitness and like fighting stuff, but like alpha male, it's a whole nother topic.
No. It's a good thing. It's like being strong, I heard.
I'm gonna need several books for you to read. So we can
love
deconstruct
books.
that.
And he waves a hand, and you see the banquet hall becomes a library, and it is fully stacked with books everywhere. He's very well read in demonic culture only. You can tell that his foray into the undercity of New City is his first experience with mortals at all. And he goes, okay, I just thought it was bad that your friend was in jail. So I was gonna offer you a deal to get her out of jail, but now I think deals might be bad friendship, so I'm worried about that.
All right, Colin. Oh, wow, I didn't think I'd have to. This is an interesting talk we're having. It's a great test of friendship, actually, and now like it's kind of brighten up, but not really. So this deal would be great for our friendship if, I don't know how demonic contracts work. I'm sure you could fill me in, but it's not a good friend thing to do.
And he does this, and it just appears again.
It's not a good friend thing to do if like one person's getting fucked over in the contract. You get what I mean? Clauses, fine writing, something is a very common phrase.
Oh, no. I get it. I get what you're saying. You're saying contracts aren't good if they're not fair. But honestly, that's not how contracts work. I'm happy to explain that to you at any time. But it is my only job and all I do for the past 3 millennia. Contracts aren't fair. That's not how that goes.
Contracts between friends. Actually, no. Actually, I'm not in this scene. Let me shut up.
I'm not here.
I knew I would get Callie pissed off enough to chime in.
I'm like, contracts between friends? You do each other favors. It's an endless loop of love and connection. Anyways.
Sounds like a great mortal friendship. Anyway, this demon prince in front of you, who has been alive for 3,472 years, looks at you, his first mortal friend, and goes, I really think you've got this wrong. I want to help. The only way I can is if I make a deal. I'm the demon prince of deals.
Yeah.
I can't just do you a good turn. I'm a demon.
Al's just gonna take a very deep breath. He's gonna look at an enemy in Ember, and then kind of like just let out this sigh of like, this is gonna be hard. Like that's effectively what he's feeling, is like, whatever this is going to be really hard. And for Al, it wouldn't make sense for if anyone to take a deal with Colin, it be anyone else other than him.
Yeah.
Not to say that they can't, but I think he would be like,
Yeah.
no, if this is,
Well,
if this
so
is
far, the contract has only been offered to you, Al.
Friendship.
friendship, yeah.
Friendship go bird.
Friendship contract.
Yeah.
He looks at you and sees your sigh. And Ember and an enemy, without a roll, you can tell Colin looks genuinely concerned about Al's well-being. Colin does not think that his being a demon has interfered with his friendship at all. And this is the first he's hearing of it. You have heard that he wants to free Callie by making a deal with you. But you can also see that Al is struggling in this moment. What do either of you do?
I'm gonna do two things, but first, can I do a vibe check?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
This is on Colin, right?
Which one do I want to do it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I hesitated. It wasn't like
That's
no,
why I
I was like,
hesitated too.
oh,
Wait a minute.
who?
Yeah, no. We'll do it on Colin first.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And I just did triples again.
This is the first one of the night.
So,
Second
if you
one
were
from an enemy.
okay, we got fucking triples. Okay, what are you trying to glean from like examining him? Is it his truthfulness, his earnestness, his power? Like, what are you trying to get a sense of here?
Well, okay, I'm trying to think of how to word this because I know they're trying to scope him out as much as possible before they use their gossip as a threat. If that makes sense.
Got you. So I know the gossip of which you speak because the deep magics are always available to me. I think. What did you get?
Triple ones.
I'll give it to you. Fuck it. Let's fucking go. Pedal to the metal. Because of your rumor that you've heard about Colin Coffers already, the research that you've done in the past 3 weeks, gaining information and rumors on almost every single person you came into contact with before the masquerade ball. It's true. You can tell it's true because of the way that he has to shift when he leans over and favors one side just a little too heavily. And I'm gonna message you.
Okay.
An enemy? No. Breathe. Treat this information. I am not kidding you. Like the nuke that it is.
All right.
If you decide to bring it up as soon as I send it to you, God fucking speed. But I'm letting you know. I'm telling you now. Be careful. Okay, let me go ahead and send this to you. But you are getting this information, and as you are, you're looking at Colin Coffers. You also wanted to make a vibe check on Howl, is that correct? Because you can go ahead and roll for that while I'm sending you this message.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna use my advantage, but no, I don't have to. Because that's a 17.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
Now, what are you trying to glean from Howl? I want to flavor this as you looking at one man doing a scan and being like, period. Looking at the next man doing a scan and being like, So I need you to tell me what you're trying to glean here.
Let me think.